Hello world, curses of madness be upon you all, my friends. London calls once more, it appears. The second issue of 5 of the new Overwatch line of comics by Marika Tamaki and Babstar has released today. And I'm not going to waste any more time, just like Tracer chooses not to. And we're jumping right in. When I was younger, I was 2 minutes too late to everything. That's fucking relatable. Possibly because I was out all night. Also pretty relatable. Digging the old hairstyle Tracer, she looks fucking banging. This was pre-Coronal Accelerator, mind you. Let's have a look at the bands going on. When I turned 17, I got my first motorcycle. I was late, but I was fast. Again, sort of relatable. And all I wanted was to go faster. As a test pilot for the RAF, I thought I was finally in the right place at the right time. And then I was lost. Out of time. I really like the art style they've gone for here. I really dig how Tracer looks here. I'd like to see this adapted into like another version of the punk skin, maybe. But so far, this is new, which is nice. But you know, it's kind of old news essentially. But then this is just, yeah, we know this. Okay, let's just keep going. Thanks to Winston and Overwatch, you could say time is in the palm of my hand, more or less. You get the idea. Oi, watch the car. Sorry, love. Jesus. Weirdly enough, just because I have this power, doesn't mean I always have the best timing. Finally, we get to see Kace. I'm very glad he's not Null Hector, or that he doesn't look like he's Null Hector, unless this whole indented forehead is actually where his pipes will come out the back, but then he doesn't have the same number of lights, and they're not the same colour on his face. I think it's good that Kace is not Null Hector. At least I think that's what it seems. First, this obsession with human culture. Now you bring the humans here. It's an insult to our home and our sacred... Ta-da! Oh. Lena, this is Kace. Kace, this is... I will not welcome a human to the underworld. I warn you, these humans, they know nothing of honor, of the weight of words. So embarrassing. You will see. He's definitely seemingly more on the side of what Null Hector is probably after, what Null Sector as a whole is probably after, but I think we'll have to wait and see. I'd like it if him and Null Hector could have sort of two slightly contrasting views on why they're going to war, or how they go to war, or what they go to war to achieve, or the methodology of how they do so. Like, I think there's a lot of opportunity here with Kace and Null Hector in the future. I hope I didn't naff things up down here. Do not listen to Kace, his ways, his beliefs. You brought Iggy Pop? You guys brought Iggy back this chapter. This is how I feel. This is all I really want, I'm not gonna lie. So, Kace? There are Omnics who believe we are losing a part of ourselves by embracing human cultures. The shame kind of is that I think throughout, I have read this once through already, we get more of the sort of negative side, sort of more explained back from Iggy. We'll see as we go back through now. But my love of human culture is not about turning away from being Omnic. The whole point is that we can all appreciate this music. We can all be moved by how awesome it is. It's like Mondatta says, we're all connected. Girl, I will make any and every connection you want. I think that's amazing. I think it is. I think that this is what we've been missing out on. Some real, like, personal digging into how it is to be an Omnic and all the sort of nuances that there are tiny elements that, like, Kace and his guys don't want them listening to human music. And it's just like, yo, music is music, man. I know you still need parts for your grid. I have a lead on a few bits. Thanks. Not a problem. I mean, it is a problem, obviously. Yeah, okay, so we're going right back into what I thought was going to be sort of like a central sort of tangible plot about the Omnics actually sort of lacking the ability to live happily down in the underground. I spent 6 hours looking for parts for the Omnics grid, all of them under government restriction. It's ridiculous that 7 years ago humans and Omnics were working together to build them a home. Now every article I read is like state propaganda, posing Omnics as the enemy. Glad we're finally seeing Emily really like get involved to a degree. I mean, an Omnic snatches a bag and it's another crisis. Of course I say this, And I mean, it does scare me thinking about what you went through with Overwatch. That whole life in peril thing. I'm glad you're doing something to help. It's what makes you you. And that's why I love you, Lena Oxton, aka I don't like that. That feels really stilted. Like, you didn't need to add the aka bit on the end. Like, also my charming person. Yes, this was genuinely charming. It's nice seeing the two of them just sort of together in real life, even though Tracer and Iggy have way better chemistry as people. Like, this is nice, but they're only sort of getting to show that emotion there because of the situation that they're in as, you know, girlfriends, whereas, I don't know, Tracer and Iggy feel like they get on more at a fundamental level. I'm not really sure. There's more to see from that, evidently. Oh, hey, you got a package from Mr. Paysape? Paysape? Wonder who that could be. Hello, Winston. You at least might have some idea what to do to fix the grid. So, the grid is obviously sort of our... I think it's going to be sort of an underlying plot point for a while. Let's see if we can... Can we make that look a little nicer? No! There we go, that's better. We need the parts, and I have a safe way to get them. My friend, a promise from the human, she said she was going to get us the parts. And what did she bring today? Human music. How will that help us in the next blackout? She is trying. Omnics fight for the whole. Humans fight only for themselves. Now this is... I mean, has his face changed? Since, like... he was... It looks like it's literally changed. Huh, okay, interesting. Maybe there is more sort of mod work going on there than I took for granted. Did he have the spikes? He did. Again, the art style for this is absolutely gorgeous. I love how Iggy looks. She just makes me so happy. But yeah, I like that we're getting some more of this. Yeah, that's a very clearly evil duty here. What exactly is that meant to be? Interesting. But yeah, the whole Omnics fight, the whole humans fight only for themselves thing. While there's merit in, like, accepting what makes them machine life forms, I don't know if that's true. I think it's a very reductive way of breaking us down when there are humans who will fight for the whole, and there are Omnics who fight only for themselves, like, and that's good. Like, it means they're closer to being actual, like, living sapient beings. Like, it's really interesting to see how they can sort of, how all of these influences of culture and what you are and being, like, inform all these different sort of outlooks. This is what I've been missing, man. You're wrong. You will see. Let us see. I'm waiting to see it, man. They're going to steal from the humans, Iggy. You can't stop them. You know how to reach her, Lena Oxton? This is a bit of an awkward jump. Me on the egg hunt looking through London's undergrounds for parts. Like, I don't like that jump. It's jumping away POV character really quickly. Like, this could have been portrayed more clearly as carrying on from Iggy. I don't know. Hey, for you, a regulator. Oh, wow, what a coincidence. Which, that's great. Or it's not great. Maybe a question mark there would have helped. The grid failed again last night. We need a new transformer. I like that that's put in bold, so it's like, here is your quest objective. Like, that feels like literal quest objective marker. Without it, everything will just keep failing. But there is no transformer we can get that will work with our technology. Legally. That feels actually kind of cool. Like, introducing, like, some of the sort of political landscape that informs... It's like this... It's the systemic problems popping up. That's good. At least, like, they're kind of addressing these issues. Right. I just wish this stuff was easier to find. I mean, the grid looks so low-tech compared to what some of the rest of Overwatch has in it, and from the mild detail we got on it last chapter. It doesn't feel like it's that big a deal, but, you know, that's what they're setting out, that's fine. What you are finding is totally helping. A lot of Omnics don't believe humans around here care what happens to them. And yeah, okay, that makes sense. But you do. She sees things on the individual and the whole level. Iggy gives me a lust for her, but a lust for life. But you do. Plus, that's not even why I came to find you. I came with a message from Mondatta. Yes. As I thought, we're jumping into Mondatta. Takatha Mondatta, Omnic leader, searcher of truth. When the Omnics first had their spiritual awakening, many were drawn together high in the Himalayas, met on the meaning of their existence. They became the Shambhali. I hate that we're going back over stuff that we know so clearly, but again, Overwatch is a live service. They need all their sort of disparate media to sum some of this stuff back up so that every kind of fan kind of gets the gist of everything. Like, it annoys me as someone who just knows this. But yeah, we need to cover this just for the general sort of storytelling efficiency, essentially, if that makes any sense. Mondatta preaches equality between humans and Omnics, and not to make light of any of this, like, I think there should be equality between humans and Omnics. I think there should be equality between humans as well, but, you know, I think that's what this is trying to address, and I'm glad that we're bringing Mondatta into things, along with Kace this chapter, to try and flesh out both sides of the argument. He worked to help give the Omnics a permanent home in London at Turing Green. That's when Null Sector attacked, and killed hundreds, took him hostage. The Uprising, my first mission. Emily read that Mondatta was going to be in this city addressing Parliament, but also at a gathering of humans and Omnics. Oh right, that means now, I guess. Okay, again, some of these slightly weird transitions. Okay. What does Mondatta want? With me? I haven't seen him since the Uprising. Nice to know that they actually genuinely met, just because we hadn't seen that. I do not know. But word's been going around that his followers are trying to reach you. Which, okay, feels a little strange that it ends up coming to Iggy. It shouldn't be that hard. Like, I like that it's Iggy. Like, don't give me less Iggy when she's a good route in, but yeah, okay. There's no point, there's not too much point breaking down the like, oh, is this logical? Also, what is this hand? I really like it, but it's gooby as fuck. He wants to see you tonight before he gives his speech. Yes, we finally get to actually speak to Mondatta. Lena Oxton, retired RAF, Overwatch, Tracer. Look, we know who you are. Doesn't mean you can just waltz. Let her... That also feels a bit dumb. That feels a little illogical. Like... Mondatta's people were trying to reach you, and his front... You know, his front man bodyguard... doesn't know that... Yeah, playing down the... Messing with the logic is... not too much of like a narrative criticism, like the actual story at heart is more what's actually important, but how you frame it can sometimes just be a bit like, ugh, it drags at me a little this. But I like the art style. I love how everything comes together to give us this whole story, despite its odd flaws at times. Hello? Greetings, Miss Oxton. I love that. This feels proper JoJo pose, like the deer walk. Like, yes, Mondatta. Greetings, Miss Oxton. Tracer. I'm glad you could come. It has been a long time. There and there are places where you can drop the Tracer bit. It doesn't feel out of place or weird. Yes. It has been a long time, it has. About 7 years ago, rescuing Mondatta and the other captives, it was my chance to prove myself. Prove to Overwatch that I was worth the effort. And this is cool, but again, we know that. Being a hero, it doesn't always feel like you think it will. It's not always leaping off a building. Sometimes it's more like a weight. And I like this. This feels very My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, in actually exploring the nature of what heroism means to both the people and to the heroes themselves. I just really don't like how condescending this face looks. She doesn't look like worried or weighed upon. She look... That's just artistic or sort of subjective impression, if you will. So again, not too huge a complaint, but these refreshments were set up when I arrived. Please enjoy. They left you food? That's a little rude. Not at all. A common human oversight, and it is one of the small things that divides us. Yes, Mondatta. Like, I like this. Like, it's... There are so many things that so many of us probably don't know about each other, that we will do things that are oversights that maybe don't actually matter as much as the things that actually matter. But, like, there's also the odd little thing that I think in Hero of Numbani we get told that the Omnics do have sort of, not food, but they have, like, special oils and stuff that they can consume. So, like, that almost makes it worse, that, like, the people in London, because they're so dumb, and the people in Britain are apparently so dumb about Omnics, like, as a Brit, like, I object to my future, like, the future state of my country. I mean, I object to the present state of my country, but that's not the point. It serves to sort of highlight the ignorance maybe even more, that they gave them food, that's really dumb. Like, it is kind of rude, but hey, Mondatta stands above that, man. That's not what's actually important here. I'm not quite sure why you wanted to see me. I remember you, Tracer. You were brave then. Humans and Omnics. We must be brave now. Yeah, my man. I know how hard things are for the Omnics here. I don't know if I'm the person that should be helping, but I also don't want to look away. Now look at that, that's emotive! Like, and the correct correlation of emotion. Like, yeah, some of the art in this, like, I'm not an artist, I can't really comment properly on what's being done, or how, or why it's good, but I really like the style that they've gone with here. Do not look away, Lena Oxton. I need you to look forward, but I also don't want to look away. Yeah, this little bit is really nice. I mean, I don't know if I'm the person that should be helping, like, at this point, love, like, if someone's trying to help, it's obviously got to be you, based on circumstance, right? The conflict between humans and Omnics never served either side. Conflict usually doesn't serve either. Yes, my man! It is time for both sides to see that continued war will destroy us all. Human and Omnics need peace. Let's see if we can fix this. Yeah, that's a little odd. I want that too, but I think you know the war isn't over for everyone. That, again, also a good point. I like the socio-political, like, demographic conflict they're actually trying to invest in here. This is pretty damn good. We all need to be careful. This journey we're on, it's dangerous. Yes. But more than that, right now, Tracer, we must be courageous. We must make the future now. There is no time. Okay. I wonder if that is said with way more understanding than it would initially appear. Mondatta? Right, but you will be cautious, right? This movement cannot be stopped, Tracer. We are not machines, not humans. We are messages. We are ideas. We are the soul. We are the ghost in the shell. Fucking yes, mate. I really like how Mondatta has been portrayed here, and his ideals, and his sort of outlook on what makes someone someone. We are all, like, standalone complexes of messages and ideas, and yeah, I'm a... Man, I would be a Shambali, and I would totally ask Iggy to come with me to Nepal. Mondatta. Wow, quite the turnout. Proposition Infinity. We love you. Hello there. Hey. Look at how... She's so adorable. Hey, can you believe it? There are so many humans here. Omnics who would never have come here too. That's nice. I like that Mondatta has that kind of effect on the populace as well. It's Mondatta, look. Human, machine. This is tying us right into Alive now, which I have my problems with, but also, I guess, fine. We'll see when we get to the end here. Human, machine. We are all one within the iris. Before me, I see the future. Humans and Omnics standing together. Look at that! Look at that! Look at the thirst! Look at it! Look at it closer! She's so happy, and look how she's gorgeous. And before me I see the future. Humans and Omnics standing together, united by compassion. And here we go into the proper events of Alive. I got a bad feeling. I kind of don't like that, because that's not how gotta works. Like, gotta means got to. Shut up! And my bad feelings. Where is she going? Again, look how stylistically brilliant she looks! Where is she going? My bad feelings are usually right. I don't like that it's just a feeling. Like, give me some like weight or like intelligence behind. Show some of like the years of experience and like the longing for Overwatch that she has, that she's constantly looking and on edge, and I think that would have been a better way to portray this. Like, for Tracer's character and just for sort of logic of story continuity, just like, oh, random bad feeling. Do you think she's okay? I mean, she was Overwatch, right? And again, Iggy's friends, they seem to have this real cool, they look at people for who they are. They don't care whether they're made of flesh or metal. I mean, yeah, Tracer was Overwatch, the people who fought a lot of Omnics back in the day. But for this Omnic to just acknowledge it is cool. This is progress. This is peace and love, man. Something else is not okay. Which means maybe, if she left like that, something else is not okay. Well, Widowmaker. Again, call her by her name. You know who she is. Trying to crash another party, love? Ugh. Mondatta's in danger. Shoot her on the roof. I repeat. Something is wrong. Iggy, wait. Yeah, I like that Iggy gets a bad feeling for, like, logical reasons, and Halo is leaving. What is happening? One in the iris. I like this representation of yeah, this is a cool panel. I like how they've given that sort of dynamism to Widow there. That's really nice. And how they've portrayed Tracer's movement, like, the whole way through. Tracer? How Iggy suddenly gets up to a rooftop. Also, I'm a bit like, but, you know, fuck it, it doesn't matter. Tracer! Right. Yeah, these are the final pages. If being a hero is being at the right place at the right time, what happens when you're not there? He's dead. Mondatta is dead. No! Everyone get back. Halo is down. Repeat, Halo is down. Why would you do this? Smirk. Lovely. She could have saved Mondatta. I'll come back to you. Iggy, I'm not angry at you. I'm not angry at you, Iggy. We'll come back to that in a sec. She could have saved Mondatta. But she didn't. Adieu, Sherry. I failed. What happened? I don't understand. Tracer. Tracer what? She blinked out of the way of the bullet that killed him. Mondatta is dead. And it's all my fault. Why would she do that? I don't know. Right. I like that they're making the wider Omnic conflict that emerges from Mondatta's death more directly personal to both Iggy and Tracer on a character level, like an interpersonal level. That is some cool character writing. There's some more cool, like, overall writing. This, she could have saved Mondatta by dying. But she didn't. And especially, like, high caliber sniper rifle at that range, like, it's gonna kill both Tracer and Mondatta. That's not... Why would she do that? I don't know. When you're not there, you were there. I know it's playing on the fact that you disappeared, but Alive shows that she literally wasn't aware of it, which obviously is only sort of bad in hindsight because it cheapens this. Like, if we'd seen in Alive that Tracer knew what the stakes were, and we got, especially because it's Tracer, right? She can... That's a character you can actually use sort of anime think time with, right? That we zoom into her head and we see all the tangential possibilities of what could happen, and she ends up choosing to save herself instead of Mondatta. Even though it wouldn't have saved Mondatta in the first place. Tracer can do more for the Omnics. Where was it? Where she was... Yeah, Tracer can do more for the Omnics by surviving. She can rebuild this. Why would she do that? I don't know. Hey, you can make it an actual, like, personal, like, selfish thing that she needed, that she wanted to survive. Her living instincts kicked in. And anyone kind of would have really done the same. It's not she could have saved Mondatta, it's that she could have taken a bullet for Mondatta that probably wouldn't have stopped with her or Mondatta. I get the idea that she feels she failed. Like, it makes sense at least on a personal level that she takes it that way. But when it feels overall that it's like, I kind of don't know if you did fail, love. Like, exactly. That's being too harsh on yourself. It's cool for the character, but it sort of takes the weight out of the character issue. I like that she takes the fault upon herself. That's good conflict going forward, and especially, again, as that's being fleshed with her relationship to Iggy. But it feels like this setup at the end, she could have saved Mondatta, but she didn't. She blinked out of the way the bullet that killed him. Why would she do that? I don't know. This feels artificial as fuck. And I don't like it. I like so much about what it's done, but just because this feels so hollow, based on what we know, which is kind of the problem, yeah, it kind of makes it feel really artificial for me. That Iggy seemed to be emotionally mature and aware enough that she would be able to pass the situation somewhat and not be like she could have saved Mondatta, that she could have taken a bullet from Mondatta that wouldn't actually have saved him. She knows she was trying, and that's a hell of a lot more than anyone else would do. I'm really conflicted about this ending, because I like that it's, giving, again, interpersonal conflict to reflect the greater sort of plot and socio-political conflict, right? And I also like that it's giving us something that we can grow and develop with Iggy, and with Tracer, that we need kind of Tracer to know why she recalled out of the way, so that her answer can strike a chord with Iggy, and they can learn from each other what it is to be a living being because of that, and why things went the way they did. Yeah, I'm meant to be emotionally conflicted, but I think I'm emotionally conflicted for the wrong reasons, like not for the reasons that they intend. So, yeah, I kind of find it really hard right now, on my, second actual read of this, to give a conclusive thought of whether it's, genuinely good or not. Because there's a lot of good stuff through this chapter. Some amazing colouring, some, cool abstract art form. Everything is stylistic as hell. Any single panel with Iggy in it will make me smile. Aside from this final one. Because it feels... Why would she it feels like it's trying to create conflict or intent where there maybe isn't any, and maybe that is the conflict to come, but that feels really shallow and kind of dumb. I'm now just sort of throwing myself down the river at this point, because, yeah, I feel like this. I don't know how to feel exactly right now because of this. I like so much of what this is doing when you break it down to sort of the elements at play and the exploration of what it means to be a machine or a human being. That is some fantastic shit that I'm all about. But when it gets brought down to she didn't know, as far as we understand from Alive. Because look at her reaction. Just look at it. She had no fucking idea what she was doing. And hey, maybe that's not a good answer to give Iggy. That's interesting conflict, but it also, again, it feels really shallow compared to what it could be. Especially if Tracer had made the decision in an informed manner. So yeah, I honestly hope that you all have enjoyed the second issue of London Calling. Because, personally, for something that covers an event that we know quite a bit about, 2 events we know a fair decent bit about, it does a lot. I'm actually pretty happy with the expansion that we get out of this chapter for all the core characters involved. Kace, Mondatta, Iggy, Tracer. There was even a little bit of Emily in there. But the ending just feeling so artificial, like, yeah, such an artificially created conflict. I don't know how to feel from here. I'm excited for the next chapter to see if they actually explore this to anywhere near the degree of depth that I've sort of glanced at. I hope she's okay, man. I don't want to see anything bad happen to Iggy, or it would be honestly sad to see this relationship sour, but maybe that's the conflict to build to going forward. I'm actually sort of going against my normal nature here by being like, yeah, no, fuck conflict, give me a ship. I'm usually like the complete opposite, like I can't get on with shipping in most things. It just sort of doesn't work for me. You're obviously allowed to have any ships you want, it doesn't concern me, like, do what you like. But it's not usually something that I'm into. I want conflict, but right now, I would so much rather they were just happily getting along than what feels so sort of like empty and shallow on the face of it. If they can explore it well, this could actually turn out to be really good. So, from here I think we're going to have to wait till next month to see what comes in the 3rd chapter. And just to make myself feel better, I'm going to go and just... She's so fucking gorgeous, man. Yeah, let's end here. Let's take this away, if nothing else, right? Just this image. Before me I see the future, humans and Omnics standing together. Let's hope that comes about eventually, right? So I hope you enjoyed the comic. Honestly, I think this is a vast improvement on the last chapter. And I hope that it keeps up that steam into the next one. Thanks for staying with me, friends. I've been Euclidean Vision, the emotional support. Feeling rather emotional right now. Take care of yourselves out there, teammates. And may the glorious light of Best Girl shine within you. Bye-bye.